Hello everyone, it's Darkseeker here again. Welcome back for another video. Now wherever you are, whatever you're doing, I hope you're staying safe, I hope you're keeping well. Now, the nerfs have been announced for Wild Mode, and Quest Mage finally is being nerfed, but I don't think that Blizzard are going far enough. Quest Mage is going to face a small delay in completing their quest, but I would have preferred Blizzard to have gone further, so to have limited what Quest Mage can do once the quest is actually complete. I think that would have been important. But let's give the nerfs a chance, let's see what happens. Blizzard can always revisit and go further if needed. Now there is a waiting period between now and when the nerfs hit. I'm not sure how long that is. So for the time being, we're going to be playing a little bit of standard mode. Now, Crazy Pigeon. This is a player that I showcased, a deck, he had a Galakrond Priest deck that I showcased back in January, and it was one of my most viewed videos back in January, and I was browsing Hearthstone and I found a new deck from Crazy Pigeon. This deck here is a Dragon Spell Priest with Galakrond. What an interesting deck. It's certainly unique because I haven't faced anything else like this on the standard mode ladder. Not that I play a lot of standards, so but no, this is certainly interesting. And what does this deck do? Well, there is healing in the deck. You have Penance, you have Renew, you have Lifesteal. I love Penance, by the way. 2 costs, deal 3 damage, Lifesteal. I think the value on that is insane. You have ways to clear the board. You have Soul Mirror, which I think is phenomenal. Breath of the Infinite to clear small boards. Then you have got some interesting cards, some interesting dragons. Skeletal Dragon. This can just generate ridiculous value for you if it goes uncontested for a number of turns. Basically 4/9 stats, so it is actually quite hard to kill. And at the end of the turn, add a dragon to your hand. It's also a taunt, by the way. Murozond the Infinite will play all cards that your opponent played the last turn. That can be game winning if timed correctly. And then, of course, there is Galakrond himself. He can kill minions on the board, so he is a board clear. And then the hero power generates priest minions back to your hand. If you generate the right minions, again, potentially a win condition. So this deck, I guess, is a mixture of healing, AoE, and luck, I suppose. So let's have a look at the deck in action now on the standard mode ladder, and we are starting out against a rogue.
Taranda versus Mael.
None can escape my fury. Alone give me strength.
So, Highlander Rogue, I believe, is a big deal on standard at the moment, but I've been seeing some secret rogue, and even Highlander decks incorporating secrets. But I don't have a huge amount of experience playing standard mode, so my knowledge is limited.
My blood be born again.
So, invoking Galakrond, there is the RNG factor in it. Getting the Infiltrator there is pretty good for us, though. It's a good quality card to get, because there are a lot of bad priest minions.
Your blood.
But there are some good ones.
You fell right into my trap.
And actually, the potential to get Skeletal Dragon from invoking Galakrond, I think, is pretty insane. So,
Your blood.
he's playing secrets. Now, thankfully, there are only 3 secrets to play around. In Wild Mode, there are more secrets for Rogue. So, standard makes it a bit easier.
You fell right into my trap. Your blood.
Okay, I'm going to trade into the 2/3 to set up for Breath of the Infinite. That's what I'm going to do. Now, if he's a smart player, he'll see this coming. And he won't commit any more to the board. Oh, look, he's a smart player. Well, I'll take another Breath of the Infinite, sure. We're doing a good job of keeping the board clear.
A simple spell.
Oh wow, double inner fire. That's interesting. What are the chances of getting 2 of those? Now, interestingly, inner fire goes very well with Skeletal Dragon.
Oh, up to no good. Me too.
We can make it have 9 attack. So it becomes a 9/9 taunt that generates a dragon at the end of your turn. Insane. Insane value. Well, he's keeping the pressure up, so I guess we just try and clear the board again.
By blood, be born again.
Now, have you spotted my misplays yet? I should be playing the minion first, because we have a dragon in hand, so Breath of the Infinite won't kill our own minion. I should be playing the minion first, seeing what I get from it, and then playing Breath of the Infinite. Now, it wouldn't have made a difference here. I still would have played Breath of the Infinite, but, you know, ordering etiquette is important. I'm just not thinking hard enough. Oh wow, that's a pretty substantial board. Fate Weaver would discount everything in our hand, but actually, I don't know if that's enough here.
This timeline amuses me.
So, with this play, we get an AoE effect on the board once the minion dies. I suspect he'll ignore it then, for the time being. But I want the option to be able to AoE. Oh, he's really committing a lot to the board here. Oh wait, what? He's actually killing it? Why? What are you doing? He committed so much to the board, and then just wiped his board. I am really confused.
We are all bound to fate.
Now this is actually
Act as your scale.
this is actually pretty reasonable. We get a good discount here.
How about a new life? How about a new life?
So the Fate Weaver is a bit like the Emperor. On Wild Mode, the Emperor will give you a discount on the end of each turn, or your turn. Fate Weaver just gives you 1 discount, but it is somewhat reminiscent of the Emperor, and I quite like that. I think that's pretty cool, and it's a dragon, which makes it amazing. So, Skeletal Dragon. We want this to stick on the board.
Submit, heretic!
So we're going to do everything in our power to make it stick.
I dream in the world.
Oh wow. Yes, Sarah! Dreaming and making the world tremble. That's pretty good for him. Now we can get rid of the board. His board. Inner Fire doesn't do enough. It will not clear your Sarah or 1 damage off. So Galakrond has to be the choice here, I think.
I am beyond imagination. So-called madness.
I could have played in a fire to get some more damage in, but I just want to hold off for a bit longer. That's a 10-10. Murozond here could just be the game-winning play, right? Timing on Murozond is really important.
You think this is your time? It is mine.
Okay, and now we go all in with the Inner Fire. And we pop the ship. So, why didn't I play Inner Fire on the previous turn? Without Inner Fire, maybe he doesn't buy that dragon as much of a threat. And so maybe he leaves it alone. If he's got a way of killing it, maybe he leaves it alone. But now it's a 9-9. It's a massive threat. He has to deal with it. But he also has to deal with a 10-10 and an 8-8. And this is not enough. Surely this is not enough. I mean, okay, he's got some 0-cost cards now, but he'd need Vanish.
Will act as your skilled
Right,
dragon.
he would need Vanish to put everything back to hand and buy him a little bit more time. I'm happy we popped the Divine Shield on the 10-10. Oh, wow. Swaps a 10-10. 10-10.
How about a new eye?
Wow.
How about a
He's
new
actually making a
eye?
comeback here. I thought he was done for. Interesting. And now, he's got the board. Now, we can trade the 10-10 into the 10-10. I really want to play Nethrandomus, though. Because I've never played him before. I've had him played against me, and I really want to see what his entrance effect is like again. I really want the experience of playing him, but I think we have to focus on clearing this board. Soul Mirror. This is my first time playing Soul Mirror, and I'm just trying to think of the ordering here. Does it matter where my 10-10 is placed on the board? I don't think it does, because I think it summons his minions and they directly attack his minions, right? Yeah, that's how it works. I was worried about placement. If having minions of my own on the board would actually matter. It clearly doesn't. That's a good thing. Obviously, if my board was full, then Soul Mirror is useless, right? Because there wouldn't be space on the board to summon his minions, but okay. I think I'm now clear on how it works. I really want to play Nethrandomus. Please don't concede. Please let me play the card. Oh, not taunting anything. Oh, okay, pop the Divine Shield. Oh, he's still in this game. Oh, no, he's not. I thought he was going to clear it somehow. Okay. Impossible.
Prove myself to you.
Raw
Okay.
power is no substitute for true strength.
This will be an interesting test for this deck. Demon Hunter is all the rage at the moment.
Thy blood be born again.
But I feel that if we can curve out well against Demon Hunter, if we can keep stuff on the board early and contest his minions, force him to use his hero power to attack our minions, like he's doing now, then we stand a good chance of winning, I think, of outlasting it. And this reminds me of Wormrest Agent. It just doesn't have the taunt. But it's got lifesteal, right? Wormrest Agent doesn't have lifesteal. And actually I think in a situation like this, I'd rather have lifesteal. So, it looks like we are going to be able to take this board, which I find interesting. I could have traded that in maybe and healed it, but I think this is slightly better. It does a better job of maintaining the health on the 2/4. Fate Weaver here doesn't give us much of a discount.
On wings of destruction.
Or enough of a discount, so I guess I'm going to hold off for now.
Thy blood be born again.
So what do we get? Copy a card in your opponent's deck, add it to your hand.
Don't keep your thoughts to yourself.
What do we get? That's not great, but it's some kind of utility.
On wings of evil.
Ysera or the Chrono Breaker? I don't think we can pick Ysera here. As much as I love Ysera, I don't think we can pick her, unfortunately.
All I see is weakness.
We're going to need the AoE from the Chrono Breaker, I think. So, double Fate Weaver. You know, I'm wondering if I should have played Fate Weaver on that previous turn. Just to get a 3/6 body on the board. I think against an aggressive opponent, 3/6 body is really, really good.
What is it?
But I was worried about the discount, and I think that may have been a mistake. I don't know. I don't know. So, we can preserve our board here, if we do this. But are there better opportunities for Breath of the Infinite on later turns?
We are all bound to fate.
I think there are.
For Elune.
Yeah, I think I want to save that. I want to keep hold of it for now. He's going to go wide on the board with aggressive minions, and we want that spell ready for that turn. But look at the board we've generated here. He's really going to struggle. For the time being, I think we're in a relatively good position. We just need to figure out how to clear this board.
We are all bound to fate.
Okay, do we just go in with Breath of the Infinite here? Or do we use Holy Smite? Do you know what? I'm just going to do it. Because Previously, I was worried about board that he could generate, and I wanted to save Breath of the Infinite for a wide board that he'd create, but I've got 2 3/6s on the board. That should be enough, right, to contest stuff that he plays?
Do you see what must be done?
Right, we can kill that. I'm actually happy that we kept Holy Smite. Don't tell me that he can actually clear... No, he can't, okay. Because, yeah, if he gets 0 cost cards, they have 0 cost cards, right?
It is destiny.
Yeah, he couldn't clear it. And now we put down the Skeletal Dragon.
My blades will sing.
Oh, there's the demon that I was thinking of. And actually hasn't put a dent, much of a dent, in my board. Do we need to kill that? There's no lethal here, I don't think, unless we can generate a card here that finds it for us. Very unlikely. I'm gonna kill that. Seems like a risk to leave it alive. But I'm so far ahead.
It is destiny. It is destiny. It is destiny.
Alright, deal with this board. And notice, yeah, Skeletal Dragon gave us Dragon Queen Alexstrasza. What incredible value. Alright, so we've beaten the Demon Hunter. Now it's just time to face a regular Hunter. This deck has been working out really well for me, and it's not the easiest deck to play. There is decision making needed. You do have to be conscious of your resources and getting through your AoE, for example. You need to be conscious of that. And you have to hope for the best with your RNG on Galakrond. But the deck is incredibly fun to play. Now, in terms of your luck, we have no dragons here. And that is going to make for a few awkward turns.
For days.
And the overconfident orc. Never thought I'd see that played in a competitive deck. But in this situation, oh look, there's a dragon. In this situation, it actually works pretty well, I think, against an aggressive opponent. Ooh, augmented porcupine. Interesting.
On wings of destruction they come.
Okay, there's Penance, but Breath of the Infinite? Which one do I want?
This is your stop.
So, I could have taken the healing value later in the game from Penance, but I think there I just valued it to clear the minion. I think that was important. Secrets.
By the wings.
That's not too bad.
This is your
I think this lifesteal minion here is doing a lot of work. Maybe there would have been some value in healing it and keeping it healthier, but 4/5 taunt is too hard to pass up, right?
A black arrow.
Wow. Yeah, he really wants to kill you.
His will be done.
Oh, too late. His return is nigh.
It's turn 7 for him. We're at 26 health. He's never coming back in this game. Okay, that did nothing.
Let none survive.
That also did nothing. So, we're left with a 6/6 on the board. Yeah, so.
I have endured enough.
Okay, let's look at this final game, and once again, we're going up against a rogue. And Soul Mirror, such a beautiful card. And we have the Skeletal Dragon
Time is running out.
that is still on this board.
Money needs 5 more.
And just look at the sheer value this is generating for us. It's just given us healing. Our health total is pretty low, so I think healing is pretty important here. But what a board we've got. What a fantastic board. And that's one thing that this deck can do in the late game. If you survive to the late game, you can out-pressure your opponent with just big threats. That is frustrating. Really frustrating. And now our chances of winning, I think, have just increased because we were relying on Skeletal Dragon to get us value. But yeah, going back to my original point, the Galakrond hero power can just generate substantial minions for you, which if you're playing that hero power every turn and then playing a big threat every turn, you can overwhelm your opponent. But it's not guaranteed that you get something good each turn, or something big. So you do have to be conscious of that RNG factor.
Thy blood be born again. The end begins.
And actually, I think that I'm misplaying here because I should be pressing that hero power button every turn, right? To get the value of some kind.
Home in the shadows. A cruel fate awaits you in the ashes.
But I think at this juncture, we're going card for card with him. He's running out of resources, and it is a battle for the board. So the more I can put onto the board, the better chance I have of contesting his stuff. So that's my focus. Meanwhile, we have Murozond the Infinite in hand, and we just need to look for an opportunity to play him. I want a high value turn from which I can play Murozond.
I wonder.
Oh, Betrayal! Should I have played around Betrayal better?
Too soon. Money needs 5
Well, let's just
more.
buff the taunt. That's pretty good. Okay. So, Fate Weaver. We're definitely not playing Murozond this turn, so it's between the Psychopomp, the Fate Weaver, the Amber Watcher. And we've also got to think about a board clear. What do we trade into what? I guess we start with the hero power. Oh, look, AoE. That's good. We start with the hero power to see what we get. I think I want to heal my face
Here just in time.
because I'm worried about my health total.
Looks like I'm here just in time.
Yeah, just in time. It's a full 6 body.
Time is running out.
It's pretty good.
Your blood.
I'm actually not going to trade it. I'm going to push damage. I'm going to push pressure to the face. And I made one preemptive trade to get that down to 3 health because I'm aware of the AoE effect on the full 7. See, normally I would have traded into his minions. I would have killed them. Tried to get value trades at least. But here, I'm pressing the advantage. I don't think he has healing.
Of the void. You are too late. His return is nigh.
Oh, that's pretty sad. Because he's just drawn Galakrond, I assume. But if he plays Galakrond,
Who in their right mind hides?
he's gonna fatigue. Mistakes were made. Yeah, you taunted something that you've returned to hand. We've basically run him out of resources in this game, which I find amazing. It shows the staying power of this deck. Oh wow, Katrina. Oh, that's insane. But actually, in this instance, Murozond?
You think this is your time?
Murozond, I think, is game winning. Wow.
His return is
So we get a 6/6, and we have the 8/8. I don't think there's anything in his hand that can stop us here.
dark in the sky.
Alright, here comes the fatigue. He gets the weapon, but he can't do anything with it.
I approve.
Well, he can put his face into Murozond. That's a good way to go. Okay. Rank 5 on Diamond. That's pretty sweet. So, CrazyPigeon's Dragon Spell Priest. Look, this deck works. For those of you out there that are skeptical about Priest, you may want to give this deck a try, especially if you have the cards already. But as always, if you are crafting a legendary, please be aware that it is a significant investment in dust, and so please don't come back and say, oh, I crafted 3 legendaries to make the deck work and it didn't work. I would say play this deck if you already have the cards. If you don't have the cards, then and you have some dust, you may want to consider other decks that are out there. If you are focused on laddering up, ranking up, then there are probably better tier 1 decks out there that you should be playing. But if your focus is on having fun, then I guarantee that you will have fun with this deck, and spending dust on crafting cards is probably worthwhile, particularly with Skeletal Dragon, Murozond the Infinite. I love both of those cards. There's a link to the Hearthstone guide to this deck in the video description below. And I know that Crazy Pigeon has said that he would consider writing a more detailed guide in the future. But if you have any questions about the deck, please ask them in the comments section below. My knowledge of this deck is minimal, so I will try and ask Crazy Pigeon to respond to your questions if he is able to. So, thank you very much for joining me, everyone. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please stay safe and take care of yourselves. And I'll see you all again very soon for either more standard or more wild mode fun.